Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Beretta 9mm USA Senior here, and today we're going to be showing off the Springfield XDM Elite. It is a 3.8 compact OSP handgun. So they still have it on their website there at Springfield Armory, but it does flash across the top that it is discontinued. This is a terrific pistol. If you don't own any of the XD or XDM pistols, they're very, very good, and this one is no different. The Glock 36 right here. So the original single stack Glock 36 in 45 ACP. Here is one of the magazines right here showing that is what? A 6+1 in 45 ACP. So Glock 36, 6+1, coming in at an outstanding 20 ounces. Wow, that's awesome. This one right here, a lot closer fight than the Sig Sauer Compact 220. This pistol comes in at 25 ounces. So again, very close as far as weight is concerned. The capacity, this magazine is loaded, yes, not in the pistol, and the pistols are empty. The magazine marks that it carries 9, but in fact, it carries 10. So you do have a double stack magazine. So again, a little bit wider for a fact, but you're carrying, what is that? That's quite a difference. 6+1 is 7, 10+1 is 11. So that's a lot of extra ammo. And you would definitely have to reload at least one time to be able to get close to the capacity that you have with the capacity advantage of the Springfield XD Elite. Front strap and the back strap. Here's the front strap of the Glock with the Pierce grip added on, which I do like that. I like the way that looks as opposed to a grip that just has the regular magazine in it. Its length is about the same, but you don't have the texture right here. So I kind of like this, even though there are finger grooves here. My hands line up okay with it, and I feel like I've got a good grip on this Glock pistol. So that's the front strap of that one. And then the rear looks like this. Traditional Glock, lots of stippling and serrations here into the polymer frame, right? On the XDM Elite, it's quite a bit different. You've got like almost like a raised rectangular plastic over and over again until it climbs up to the height in the middle, and then it goes back down again as it goes to the side. And then it ends into the chevron stuff over here on the very sides. And on the back, you've got a mixture again of these rectangular plastic shapes that kind of climb up, and then they come to the top here, and then they go back down on the other side, along with having your grip safety, which will save your life or make it so you can't defend yourself. If you don't practice with this gun, this is something that has to be activated. If you're not willing to spend a lot of time figuring out how this pistol works, buy this one. No kidding. There's nothing simpler on the market. It is point and shoot, load it and shoot, and it's reliable. If you want to spend more time and learn how these things work, then here is the XDM Elite. Requires more training, more trigger time, but very enjoyable. Okay? That covers that. You've got a 4-round superiority. There's definitely a difference. No question about it. And when you put that magazine in the gun, I'm gonna go ahead and put this one away, 10-rounder. So when you have a double stack magazine like the XDM Elite is, it is gonna give you a gaping hole in the bottom of the pistol, so you can slap that magazine in and push it in and go back to work. So it is bigger here. Let's give you a little shot of the two pistols side by side. Of course, you've got that pretty massive grip safety, which works just like the ones from the 1911s. So some people it bothers. I don't know why. It's pretty passive. Anyway, you can see that it's not only a taller handgun, but it's also definitely wider in the back. As far as the front edge to the back edge, you know, I wear a pretty large glove, and that's not too bad as far as holding the handgun. So take a picture of that, compare that to this. You can tell that they're both pretty close. Does one feel more comfortable than the other one? This is pretty flat right through here, and it feels flat, like almost you got a 2x2 piece of wood in your hand or something. This one feels a little different, and I think one of the reasons why is the built-in mag well right here, which is removable. So if you don't like it, you can take it off. Kind of pushes your fingers out a little bit here. My pinky's barely holding on, and this is not quite as flat as the Glock. So I think this is maybe just a tad bit more comfortable. Not that this is terrible, because it's not. It's still good, and it's part of that plastic fantastic. Deep cover, Glock 36, bare bones, bare sights, 6+1 in 45 ACP. Not much different about them, at least about this one. These are about 10 years old. Young Beretta bought 2 of these used. And this gun is at least, I think, 5 or 6 years old or been around that long. Pretty new to me. I've probably only owned it for a little over a year, but everything is, you know, very XD-like. There's your cocked gun indicator. Let's go over them real quick. So if you see a dot right here, or you can feel a dot right here, it means the pistol is cocked. And you'll see it like that. Grip safety right here. Mag well right here. And it opens up like that. It's huge. Pistol's not too terribly wide down here. Very classic XD series pistol. Takedown right here and slide lock right here. Crash it home on a full magazine. The top, optic right here. Loaded chamber indicator right there. This will pop up a little bit, telling you that you have a round in the barrel ready to be fired. Fiber optic up front. Some people don't like them, some people do. I understand the reason why for the people that don't, but when they work, they're fantastic. There's a sight picture on the XDM and the sight picture on the Glock. And the business end, right? All business here, 45 ACP. You can put a light or a laser or something on right there. And I think that's about it. Again, the weight and the capacity is gonna be a big difference in making a buying decision, because both of these guns, this one you might be able to find at 4 or just a little bit under, where this one is gonna be about 450 and getting to newer conditions, probably closer to 500. But again, you've got a 11 round magazine times 2. And you've got a 6-round magazine times 2. So which one do you prefer? Which one is more important to you? Is having a super flat pistol where it's at? A lot of people don't even consider this stuff. Do you want to carry it every day and you want it to be 20 ounces plus the ammo? Or are you okay with it being a little blockier, a little more to deal with here? Then this one probably won't bother you. Are you going to CCW? If you're going to CCW one of these pistols and you're going to do it every day, then, you know, this is going to be quite a bit easier to carry on a daily basis. If you're completely dedicated to the platform and you want the 11th round, 10+1 right here of 45 without even doing one mag change, I think that's important. Let's see. Yeah, it shoots it right out of there. Not so much. You know, sometimes it's the little things, but this is definitely going to be more cumbersome for an EDC pistol. Quality wise, I consider them almost equal, with the Glock maybe having a very slight advantage just because there's so many millions of them out there, right? These, especially when you go to the XDM and now your XDM Elite 3.8, what are you looking at? 100,000 of these pistols out there. So if you want a handgun that not everybody owns or carries or uses, this is going to be a little bit more rare, where the reliability of the guns is going to be very close to the same. That's my experience with XD after 8, 9 of them. They've all been Glock-like reliable, is how I want to say it. Are there Glocks that go in for some work to get done on them? Sure. I've heard of it, just because one doesn't run right. It's rare, guys. It's not a constant thing at all. So Springfield Armory, who has them bought and made overseas, I believe. You know, Glock, these are Austria or American made. So if that makes a difference, you know, that's something to consider. The used gun market is obviously a good place to look if you want to save $100 or $150. If you don't want to save $150, then go and see if there's a new one that's still hanging out of one of these, even though they're discontinued. I'll tell you, it's a comfortable gun and it's a nice pistol to shoot. And I still feel very strongly about them, or I wouldn't have them. Wanted to test out the trigger pulls on these guys just real quick, so you have that info with you. With an empty magazine, we've done these guys before and they were just over 5 pounds, 4 pounds, 15.1 ounce. Fantastic. Again, empty magazine in this one. Get the safety dingus right there. Grab the safety, 1911 extra safety that it has, and then just start easing pressure on. 6 pounds, 4 ounces. Elite. Holding in the safety and pulling from the middle of the trigger, straight back. 6 pounds, 4 ounces. Here's what the trigger is like. It firms up right there. See that movement? I mean, that was almost 1/4 of an inch or whatever. A little more. Another quarter. Now we're up to about 1/2 an inch before the trigger falls. So this is what I talk about. People are like, Glock triggers are trash, blah, blah, blah. This is a tricked out XDM. Look at all that. You can almost bang up against it. One more time to show how bad it is. Yeah, it's almost a ½ inch before the gun goes off. All right, now it snaps. Reset is this. It made a little noise back there, that was a fake. A little louder noise that time, and that was real. Wow, this gun needs some trigger work to me. Let's see what you guys think. Reset. Now back on it. There's a tiny bit of movement right there, and then it breaks. Again. Tiny bit of movement right there, again, 1/4 of an inch, and then it snaps. So both of them have a little junk in the trunk, right? There it is right there, just banging off it, and then it snaps. Will most people notice? Yeah, some will. Most no. Reset. Creep. Break. Reset noises. Lots of creep. Break. You tell me. As far as trigger is concerned, I think the Glock has the better trigger between these two. Not by a lot, but I think the Glock takes it. And that pretty much sums it up, guys. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I think the Glock 36 takes it in almost every category except for capacity. My money would be on the Glock. And knowing you don't need 11 rounds of 45 to take out 1 or 2 bad guys, I think you can do it with the Glock 36 with the 6+1, and then also always carry at least 1 extra magazine so you can change magazines as you pull out of the area or go to a safe place to contact law enforcement. You'll have another full magazine in the gun ready to go. That's my personal advice. I respect your guys' opinion. I'll see you guys in the comments section. We've got a great group of subscribers and we do appreciate you. Until the next video, be safe out there, and remember, your Second Amendment is worth protecting.